Welcome to Sprinkle Valley Disc Golf Course. Just outside of Austin, Texas, this was home to the first FPO major of the year, the U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship. I was lucky enough to play the course just before the USWDGC because ultimately I wanted to see how hard a course that was specifically designed for women's disc golf was. We've made it to Sprinkle Valley Disc Golf Course, which is the home of the U.S. Women's Disc Golf Championship. We're going to be playing the layout that they're going to be playing. I'm really excited about it. It's at Austin Beer Works as well as Mint Disc headquarters. Maybe not their headquarters, but their local retail shop. Since I'm not playing in Austin this week, we're getting to check out these more local courses and see how they play. It looks super interesting. Over 8,000 feet, par 64. Frankly, looks tough for anybody. So the whole goal today, we're going to try to shoot under par. Don't need to shoot like a crazy score or anything. I'm actually going to be playing behind Jen Allen, which is going to be a lot of fun. I don't think this is a triple Mando. Also, I lied. It says it is a triple Mando. But it looks like it's straight for a while, and then dog legs to the right. We'll play two off the top for fun. I'm sure everything looks so different in a week. I'm here Friday, the first day of the Open at Austin. So we're like 6 days out from them actually having this tournament. So it's going to look incredible. It already does look really sweet. I really love this sign. I'm loving Texas disc golf. Just getting out and playing new courses. Just something about it reinvigorates your soul. Probably going to be this Envy. This thing is kind of getting a little warped, so we'll see how much longer it stays in the bag, but oh, perfect little hyzer flip. You couldn't see it at all, but I think I'm in the perfect position. Now we'll get a little more aggressive, have some fun. I actually took out my Bodanza stamped Halo Emperor because I think the Conqueror is different, but I just keep relying on the Emperor, and I like how much flatter this is, and I want to learn this Conqueror a little bit, so. Oh, that is sweet. Oh, that is, get skip. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna need to work on that Conqueror more. That was sick. I think I'm like 120 past my Envy in a really good spot. What a beautiful, beautiful property here. Texas golf is the best. We got a little drop zone here if you missed the triple Mando, and it's like a fully built up drop zone. Interesting little tee pads. You got a small layer of turf on top of wood. I'm interested how that'll be with like slippiness if it does get wet. This is the fairway, like I said. My Conqueror got down there and then like flare skipped right, basically perfectly. This Envy might even be a little short. Oh gosh. Yeah, you really got to get up there, push that, so you have a straight gap. From here though, I think if we flex this zone, which new Texas swing stamp, it's out now on infinitedisc.com. The first link down in the description. Hopefully I do it justice with a good shot here. These zones are really good replacements for my ESPs, maybe a touch more stable, and they'll stay this way a lot longer. I mean, a little long, but hitting that gap from that stance, I'm very happy. I would say I should putt this, but my like little putter up shots have been so rough recently. What the heck? Let's go. What a par. I can't believe I messed up that up shot so bad. But when you already pure the gap, oh, we'll just make this and count it. That's Grava said we make this, so I can too. Oh, come on! Sweet little next hole signs. I'll try to get my thoughts on each hole as we go along. I will say hole 1, good hole. You got to get to a very specific landing zone. But for being a shorter par 4, under 600 feet and downhill, I think it doesn't demand too much to get to that landing zone if you want a birdie look, because you can kind of scramble and get up there. There's a lot of gaps that you can either get lucky through or play through. Fun starting hole 2. I don't know how this course is going to spectate very well. Here we have hole 2, 516, up and around the corner. It says that there's going to be OB. I don't see any OB anywhere, so we're just going to play. If there's like OB strings or whatever, we'll play that. But this one, it looks like kind of a flip up forehand with my Dynasty. Okay, I'm already feeling these tee pads. They don't feel the grippiest. Good news is we got $150 out of that. Every time I've been trying to throw those forehands, I throw them into the ground because I'm like, let me just put them on hyzer, and I go whoop instead of committing through it. So same spot. See if we have some sort of look. Okay, this is far. This is very far. Basket is right through there. And we have, probably should have gotten comfortable with that backhand, but the way that those trees converge, I really like the way that they set up that gap because it's more enticing to throw forehand through the gap, but the shot is definitely a backhand that turns and then gets straight. I think we'll go interval here. Just throw it at the gap and let it get a straight skip. Pretty good. That's a putt. I will say the look and like feel of being on this property is awesome. These Texas courses, there is something about it, man. Oh, it's just, it feels like disc golf. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But like, it just feels like disc golf. Birdie. I just love when disc golf feels fun again after it doesn't. I'm getting some mixed signals over here. Also, maybe that's like a long position. I think that's a long position that they're not playing for this weekend. I was told that this is the layout that it'll be in for the weekend, and then through like the 24th of March. That hole I think is a really, really good hole. It's so inside. That could skip to a putt though. I feel like I'm not trusting these tee pads. I think that's on me. I think that they can handle it. Still less trust. You saw I finished on my toe there, but that MV is going to be parked if not a little long. Looks like my play here is a slight misrelease on the zone because it cut me. The MV is about 5 feet farther from the basket. No way. I got so forward in that putt. These baskets are all like slightly elevated. Easy par, you know, as they say. 363-foot par 3 here. Looks like it could be the backhand or straight forehand. But this tree, oh man, this tree looks like it's taking a beating. That looks like a new chip too. So I think the backhand gap is a little better. I wonder if it's like a Midnight Prowl 2 or something faster like a Dynasty or a Sphinx. I honestly feel like it might be a Sphinx. Should be some sort of putt. Ooh, Sphinxy boy landed a little bit short. It's outside the circle. I thought it was perfect, but I think I turned it too much. Dang. There it is. Oh, higher follow through. Good to know. So far, this is like the only area over here that I've seen that might be somewhat conducive to spectating. I don't think we're in like a dead zone in terms of self-service, which is good. But I also, it's gonna be tough for like actual spectators to get out here. There might be a way to like have them line this or stand behind. Like at the Beast, they had some people VIP passes stand behind. There's been no hole so far that's like, oh, you can see a couple holes from here. So that's the only knock so far. Everything else about this course I've been loving. Without some poor putting, we're looking at birdies on most of these. All right, hole 5, par 4, 450. Little headwind left to right, so that'll make some of these plays a little more difficult. Oh, it's way down there. I don't actually know if it's 450. Plays all along the right side. It might be 425, in which case we got like a late flipping hyzer flip, but it is a par 4, so we could try to go chip and get another birdie. That might be the play, but I feel like I've been throwing it mostly where I want to. Just been some putting mishaps, so we might try to give a big rip. To get the eagle look, you probably need a hyzer flip something crazy up that side. This would be a really tough one to actually get the 2 unless you have a massive flex forehand. Honestly, it kind of looks like a mid-range up this left side. Either this S1 Chariot, which right now is like my favorite mid, or a Midnight Prowl 2. Basically exactly that. Wow, that was sick. That is why that is my favorite disc, and that's why I've really wanted them to run this new stamp on those discs, because I only back 2 mid-ranges right now. This one, I'm just kind of ripping flat or slight anhyzer, and it just goes very wind resistant, very torque resistant. I can forehand it a little bit if I need to. Oh, there's also kind of double island on this one. If you haven't tried an S1 Chariot and you're looking for a slightly overstable mid-range, I would snag these ones. Pathfinders honestly don't really have a spot in my bag right now because of how good these are. Maybe when I get back to Denver they will, but I might just put a slightly beaten one of these back in the bag and have 2 because I love them so much right now. I gotta give it up to like these Texas course designers. I played more awesome holes than I have bad holes. This hole also plays much tougher because we're going into a head right to left. The wind's kind of coming down the fairway because the basket's tucked up to the right. It's 320 feet, which I was like, oh, Chariot. But with this wind and the uphill, and it's gonna play tough. Honestly, I think hitting it firm, it'll still work with the Chariot. I love that Frisbee. Oh my gosh. That might be the worst feeling in all of disc golf. All right, we'll pick it back up. Another par 4, 640. This will be a fun one. I think this one would be this new Roman or maybe a Dynasty. I just feel like kicking that way is so much worse than kicking that way. And so part of me honestly just wants to throw like an anhyzer down this gap, but then my spin is going that way. So I think we'll just try this Roman. Just make sure we follow through and go straight through this gap. Get you some if I make it. don't get you some. I literally lifted out of that to try to watch my shot instead of commit to the fall through. So that's good to realize. And we're just gonna try to get out this gap. I think we're gonna go Dynasty so it'll flip up the whole way. We should be able to save par from there. That was a good shot. There's nothing more humbling in disc golf than the 3-putt to first available combo. That's that 1-2 punch you love to see, baby. Drilled. That is what drilled looks like. Hole number 8. That was a good par save. I'm not mad about that. It's really sad. I'm looking at scores right now for Open Austin and like thinking about my qualifier, and I'm like, should be out there, and so sad, but you just live and you learn, man. Got to talk to somebody. It's hard not to appreciate that, like, no matter what happens with my professional career, whatever, you guys are letting me do this, being out of this course and like making a living. So it's just hard to not be grateful when that's the case. But that's early. Get through. Dang. Go, 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 go. That's something. That is sick. That might bring me back to even par. I can't wait to see how much Kristen destroys whatever score I'm going to end up taking today. And if you extrapolate it over 4 rounds, she'll beat me by like 150 strokes. Beautiful walkway here. Last hole of the front 9 looks like we're starting out with a 470-foot par 4. Inside of the left gap. Inside of the sneaky gap. Oh, this course is starting to eat me alive by my bad play. Ow! Wow, that fall through went straight into these thorns. So this is where things get a little tricky. You kind of want something to get out here and then skip up, because if you're over here, you got a straight look. So you need to be right at that big tree. I mean, frankly, that information wouldn't have done me any good. I threw a shank shot anyways, but we got to get up and down. We cannot go 3 over through the last 4 holes. Drop in there. Looking at this guy from the top here, it is a good little short par 4. Surprisingly technical course. And the good news is I didn't go 3 over through the last 4. I went 4 over through the last 4.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm Sylvia.
Sylvia, great to meet
I
you.
don't know if you know the event director. She's right there.
No.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Hi, Anthony.
Chrissy.
Hi.
I'm Chrissy. So
Great to
nice
meet you.
To
The event director? Great timing to come out here because we have.
Chrissy Fountain.
And you are.
I am the, I guess, event director for US Women's. Not technically the tournament director because I'm playing as well.
She's the fanciest person that we could possibly get right now.
So I'm kind of like doing a lot of behind the scenes work, a lot of the kind of the administrative stuff.
Yeah. Anything you want to let us know? I'm about to just rip through the course and try to have fun.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to Sprinkle Valley. I hope
you.
you have a good time. US Women's will be here. We're busting our butts to get everything ready. We're hoping that the weather that's coming in this weekend doesn't do too much to rain on our parade. But no matter what happens, it's going to be a fantastic week, and we can't wait to kick it off. So thanks for the quick interview. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Glad you were out here on time.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you. I was
Yeah, of course.
hoping somebody would help.
That was awesome. That hole was a mess. Thorn in my hand, and I double bogeyed, and then I got sap on my hand, which is now on the bottom of my foam, and on this, and maybe I just got it on my face. That being said, this course has a lot of shots that are like, this kind of is conducive to like a little flip up forehand. Like Colin Hanley's been talking about working on that buzz assess shot. That can work here. Maybe even a flex forehand. A lot of gaps that the backhand gap has something going in it that like it shouldn't be there. Like just move the gap in a little bit in your head, but it's still kind of there. The only OB is this fence that's right over here. So hopefully we can have a solid shot. We need to get 3 birdies to get under par today. Sit. Yeah, that's long. Try this just straight shot at it with the MV. That MV has gotten really flippy on me. Holy cow. Okay, these koozies are just getting more and more awesome. Low. Dropped. Higher release and follow through. Come on! It's hard to not let the last 4 holes before this discourage you. Well, me, not you. And then I gotta realize, I'm just out here to have fun. That was a 6-second putt and I remember to follow through. And up here we got an Underworld. That's kind of sick. Oh, name and number. If there's enough daylight, I might have to play this track one more time after we're done filming. This course is like very good, very fair, and very challenging. I think it's gonna be a very good FPO course, and I also think I'm gonna be showed up a pretty good bit when these ladies come through and kind of kick this course's butt, especially as they have some time to practice and learn it. This guy should be good. So the fairway does open up a good bit down here, and you don't really need to push it too far. You just really need to get to that spot. There is some OB that lines right, and like a tunnel that you want to go through. I think you just pitch around the corner, play some safe golf. Dang. So close, but so far. What? Oh, it's a crosswind, so it's gonna drop. I need to lock in and birdie out. I don't know if I've said this in a video before. Maybe I've cut it out if I've edited it, but after not getting into the Monday qualifier, I want to play all these courses and have a lot of fun. But like my care, like I'm taking bogeys and I'm like, whatever. I'm taking doubles, I'm like, whatever. I just like, it doesn't mean anything to me right now, which is not good because I am playing a tournament next week. It'll be back in Colorado and I'll have to like relearn discs, but wow. 7 holes. We got 7 holes left. We're only 3 over. I think getting back to even would be great. And one of the surprising things that I've noticed by playing with all the Pro Tour people is how often they don't just like force the shortest disc. Wait, this is a par 4? 330? Oh, we're chilling. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, this is par 3. Which makes more sense. 330 straight out there. There is a little OB long, but like I could probably get there with a mid. I need to practice that easy swing with a fairway driver. Because I've noticed they throw that more than I thought they would. So honestly, with a little headwind, I think I'm going to try the FD1. I haven't thrown this much because it's a little straighter than I anticipated down here. But I think that'll be perfect if I can just put a touch of flex on it and just let it get down this gap. And it's not going to go too far past 330. It's not that far flying of a 7-speed. Hopefully it's not too long. That's sick. I was worried it wasn't even going to come out of that. It finally did, holy cow. Okay, this is gonna be a pretty interesting part of the course out here. All this space, and I think hole 18's over there. Wow. Wind is out here, baby. Way to play the drop. They made a circles edge putt, baby. That's what disc golf's all about. I'm also so not playing again. I need to go home and eat some food and sleep and maybe cry a little bit. All right, hole 13 is a 580-foot par 4. Looks like you kind of swing out right here, or out left here, and kind of back where that guy is walking. I don't know if there's a way to really cut the corner at all. Throw it out there and then decide what to do. So I think we're gonna go chariot. That's perfect. That's what happens when you don't watch your shot and you throw your shot and then you follow through. Take notes. Me. I'm literally talking to myself. I gotta take notes on that. Probably better to just either throw a turnover or a forehand down that left side. I would say zone, but it might need to be something like a Scepter or a Roman or something. I think it might actually be this specific Roman. I keep trying to throw this good. I have not yet. It's not because of the disc. I can guarantee you that much. Okay, it's sat. That was really ugly. Whoa, way better. I bet I can even get a zone there if I actually throw, right? Wow, oh my gosh. The zone's the only one in the circle. Crazy what happens when you realize things. Wow, that made so much sense. Clear the hip. I was trying to get power by like popping up out of the throw instead of clearing that front hip, like rotating into it. And then I threw good ones after that. First one might have some sort of look. No. No. Get sneaky. Alrighty, par 4 here. 590 feet. Bunch of ways to get up there. It's up and then left. We got a little bit of a left to right wind. Here, we'll actually try out this interval. Yeah, let's go. Twice or it's luck with the Emperor. All right, so at my disc, this is kind of what we're looking at back at the tee. So that side that I went up with that Anheuser is kind of a great play. Looks like you can also kind of take this hyzer, which seems like it might actually be the smarter play, because if you leave yourself short, you still have a look into this green. But man, this is still a tough little left shot. I'm kind of debating, honestly, going up and over. Perfect shot to get some Conqueror practice on. I don't think I need all of it. Throw it slow enough that it'll just kind of get into a knife's edge and hopefully give ourselves a birdie look. No way. Where is that interval? Is that interval like actually pretty close? Oh my gosh, it's parked. All right, just throw the little baby flex next time. I might try to skip this in. Little soft bid, because we need birdies. Ooh, might as well freaking putt with this thing since apparently this is the do-it-all disc. If I putt with my marbles there, it's not going in. I don't know why. All right, we get to let out a little anger here. It looks like hole 16, 3 holes to go. If we go birdie, 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 we get back under par. So you really just want to be, oh, this big headwind coming out here. Big headwind right to left. It's going to be just to the right of that tree that you can see through that gap. I think we have to keep rolling with the interval, honestly. It's just the only thing that makes sense. Yes, dude. Where'd it go? Stay safe. Oh, phenomenal. Okay, there's actually a lot more room out here to the right. They're catering to Kristen's forehand. It's because you want to be a little righter since the basket is kind of way back past those trees all the way down there. This is an interesting little finishing stretch. I like that now we can see spectators here. Next hole looks pretty cool. Looks like an island hole. And it looks like we got 3 like kind of OB-ridden, open-ish holes after getting out of the woods. That will probably play a little bit difficult because you're just trying to hit gaps. And now you get out here and you're like, oh shoot, wind. I like the layout of this course, I'm not gonna lie. I think there could have been some like interspersing of some open holes before. So it's not like 15 wooded holes and then this. I mean, honestly, I'm not a course designer, so I don't like know all that much. Little headwind, I think perfect for the zone here. My tendency on these shots, especially in a headwind, is to leave them short. So I'm gonna basically try to like land in that thing. If I'm long, if I'm short, it should be better. Never mind, I wasn't gonna leave it short. Well, I almost landed in that thing. Confidence is key. No way I'm towing a second one there. I didn't just fumble that, you can't prove it. So it looks pretty wind dependent. It's 280 feet, 1 over par, 2 holes to go. We got this, and then we have a 580 foot par 4. We do have a wind that is pushing left to right pretty hard. So trying to throw something down this gap will probably be difficult because it won't get inside of the island easy enough. That's only 280, so I think probably either envy or zone. I think with this stable-ish envy, honestly, I think it goes a little too far. I'd rather throw this zone on just some sort of anhyzer, kind of aiming between the basket and the left side of the green on Annie, so it'll drift past it and stable out eventually. Ooh, got a little oinker. And the good news is I'm not actually that short with my zone. So it looks like we're not actually going to be practicing the final green location according to that sign. Well, I guess I'm not really practicing, but it'll be available on Monday. This hole is par 4, 580 feet. Oh wait, they call this par 5, 780. If it is going to be a par 5, that's going to be so cool. Basically, you chip into this landing zone, and then the landing zone that I want to land in for birdie is the second landing zone, go across to an island. Oh, that is going to be a sick finishing hole. You better sit, boy. Oh, it's fine. Oh, is it fine? Oh, it's fine. That is way farther than it looks. Way farther. But we'll just see how far we can rip this thing up the hill. Didn't get over everything. We'll use that for fun. Starting to think this Roman isn't actually that much more understable, just a little flatter, so it makes it a little more workable left to right. This is a farther shot than I want. Not the gap, but get the skip. Oh my, no! That's a good throw. Ah, rolled OB, we're good, we're chilling. Super fair, difficult shots, good lines, but not like, it's so short, blah, blah, blah. It's like very technical short. And even this hole, I'm like, it's a short par 4. It's pretty good, it's very good actually. Looking pretty smacked according to UDisc. We're standing over this Emperor, and UDisc is calling it up the hill, 476, if you can see that. So, whew. I don't know if it's super right, but these things are big old bomber boys. No, so hyzer. I even meant to put it flatter like that. Oh, dang. Even par. Snag these discs if you want. See you soon.